Okay. Oh, there we go. There we go. Hello. Hi. Welcome to A Moment in Time with Taylor. I'm a little out of practice with this. I have done this with 2 seasons of Survivor, but I've never done this with this show, Big Brother. But I'm excited about this season because one, we're in the middle of a pandemic and I wasn't sure if it was going to happen, but they did start it a little late in the summer, but started it nonetheless. And the season 22 of Big Brother USA started this past Wednesday. And kind of unexpectedly from where I sat, I'd been waiting to kind of figure out when the premiere was going to be, and then it just seemed to happen. And I watched the second episode tonight. So I want to recap and review those, and I'll try to do recaps of every episode from now until the end of the season, just like I do with Survivor. And you can follow my YouTube channel or subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Periscope, where I do these live streams together simultaneously. And we're live on both platforms right now. So let me say hi to the homies. Berto, first coming to the broadcast. Hi. Hello. I can't see very well. Everything's so far from my face now. I need to get contacts. Big Brother is still a thing, Cobalt. Yes. Sammy's hi, or Sammy's. Hello. Wait. Yes. Hi. Tracy, Blaine, what's up? Who's the winner? I don't know, Arjan. You want me to pick who I think is going to win? It's way too early for this. So the thing is, I've only ever watched one season of Big Brother before, which was last season. First time I ever watched it. So I don't actually know all these people that are in this season, except for 2 who were in the last season. So we'll get into all that. Let me just say hi to everybody first. You were the first comments of the broadcast on YouTube, Arjan. So there's your shout out. You were just thinking about me, Brett. I'm here. Hello. How are you? Good 2020 vibes. You're still talking about what we were talking about yesterday during the book review on The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. That's okay. When am I signing up for Big Brother? I think that might be one of my dares on the dare list, is to apply to be on Big Brother. They did dare me to apply to be on Survivor, which I did a few months ago. You saw the Brazilian version of Big Brother. You were practicing your Portuguese. That's awesome. Yes, you were first. Hey, Bradley. How are you? Good to see you. All right, Hayden. Hey, Reggie. Yeah, see, now there's 2 firsts. When I go live 2 places, there's 2 first comments. Sorry, my comments are over here. So I have a dual PC setup because of my gaming I do on Twitch. So I have to kind of look over here to see the chat. My apologies. Good to see you. I don't see your face. I see a wolf, but it would be good to see your face. Piano Man! Yes! Hello! That's okay. Yeah, I just stopped in for a little while. I was actually finishing up watching Big Brother, kind of checking to see what was going on my phone during the commercial breaks, and getting ready to do this broadcast, and procrastinating doing this broadcast by watching you play piano. You can see my piano there. Needs to be tuned. Just got moved in not too long ago, like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and I've been playing with it anyway, even though it's out of tune, and it's really fun because I used to be good at it when I was younger, and now I'm kind of getting back into it, which is fun. And it was fun to see you being so good at it and feel like, oh yeah, it'll be fun when I'm that good. It's fun now, but anyway, I did Survivor. No, I applied to be on Survivor thanks to you guys daring me to do so. Keep applying. I mean, I would rather do Big Brother than Survivor, but I wouldn't really want to do either because I don't want to be away from my life for that long, you know? It's so much better. Bradley, let me put that on. He said, I'm sorry you had to watch last season of Big Brother. It's so much better than this. Well, I'm curious to hear what you thought, Bradley, about the premiere of this season being live. Because I have some thoughts about that. Who was eliminated? We actually won't know. No one has been eliminated yet until Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday is elimination night. Thursday is head of household. And then Sunday is nominations. So what is Wednesday? The veto, the veto challenge and the vote out and eviction. And then Thursday is back to see who's going to be head of household. And yeah, I think that's typically the way that they rotate it. Chicken biryani, chill with my homies. I mean, that actually sounds pretty good. That matches. And chicken biryani always sounds delicious. Fellow pianist, hi, hello. I'm really not even worthy of being called pianist, but I have fun. You should do Naked and Afraid. No, thank you. No, thank you. Hi, Tim. Oh my God, I was just thinking about you. I was just talking about you in the private group like yesterday or the day before. I was like, Tim, where is Tim been? Like, I miss him. It's so good to see you. How have you been doing? Hopefully, it's good reasons that you've been gone. I want to do Naked and Afraid. I'll be naked, they will be afraid. You have not watched tonight's yet. Okay, so maybe you don't want to watch this recap until you watch tonight's episode. But yeah, I'm gonna try to do recaps. I'm not necessarily gonna do a recap like every Sunday, Wednesday, and Thursday night, but I'll do at least one a week. How about that? So I was thinking it actually makes more sense to do it on eviction night and then some of like what happened the whole week on all 3 episodes. But I got excited and I already announced that I would be doing this tonight. So I'm like, well, I'll just do it now, but I might be doing it on Wednesdays, which makes sense because actually it sticks with my calendar because Survivor was Wednesdays and I was doing Survivor on Wednesday nights or Thursdays, depending. Mike, hi, how are you? Guys, my notebook is like embarrassing me. Let's put that to the side for now. I do take notes when I watch these reality TV shows. You liked the live premiere, especially when Julie sassed everyone. Interesting, very interesting, because so let me tell you guys my thoughts for the premiere. For those of you who want to actually talk about the show, I know some of you are here just to hang out and talk, and I will read the chat, but give me like 2 minutes to spit this out. I thought it was cool at first. They were like, oh, we're doing our first ever season premiere live, so there's no editing. And I was like, oh, cool, I love live streaming, right? Live streaming is dope. Like, let's see how this goes. And let's just talk about the live aspect before there's other stuff too I want to say. But in terms of the live aspect, it really didn't work for me. I think that when I'm going to CBS to watch a television show, I am expecting some level of production quality. I don't mean to insult myself and people in the live streaming biz, but we're not edited and refined, and we don't have this really high production quality of where we edit out all the bloopers and the misspeaks and the confusion and the questions and the awkward silences. I mean, I feel like they really didn't use music a lot during the show. There was a lot of just silence, and you kind of got to experience what the people there in the house really experience, kind of the awkwardness of just sitting around, like no one's really sure what they're supposed to be doing. They're just waiting. And with the pandemic, we'll not get into that. So in terms of the live, like the time when Julie was like kind of like yelling at them all, like, hello, I really need you to listen to me. Hello, house guests, hello. That was awkward because you're like, okay, you wouldn't normally see all that. You would normally just see like she says something and then they do what she says, and it flows a lot more naturally and smoothly. And there's not as much like contention between the host and the guests. And also they're on a budget, and it's like they did the live one with everybody first seeing each other for the first time. So when they were meeting, I thought it was weird that they had everyone meet in groups of 4. Like it was like, okay, here's the first 4, and then here are 4 more, and then here's 4 more, and then here's 4 more. And there was really no like big, like they would just walk down the stairs. And every time 4 more people came out, they're like, oh my God, hi. And they all wanted to talk. And she's like, house guests, sit down. Like everybody relax. You can do hugs later. And it's like, what did you expect to happen when you like brought them all together? It should have just been like one big party where they're all like together in a group. And, I kind of, and maybe because as a live streamer, I kind of look at that kind of stuff and see like, well, this is actually what you guys have over. The live streaming is about connection. It's about the chat to me. Like it's about, you can talk live with the person. I can share my thoughts. You can share yours. We can go back and forth. We can bring people on the screen. There's like engagement. And I think that's why live streaming is valuable, not because of its amazing production quality. So you don't really want to take a produced show and then try to make it live. I think you lose a lot of the goodness from editing. So it made me appreciate editing a little more. And it definitely, I was glad to see that the second episode was not live. Instead, it was actually edited, and the production quality was much better, and the music was nice, and it definitely made a difference for me. So there's that. Big Brother USA, Andy. Okay, all right. Have a good night too, Blaine. I hope you enjoy the episode. You can come watch my recap after if you want, or maybe we'll meet up on Wednesday night when I'm doing the eviction recap. Girls, I'm being serious. You like small? Call me. It comes on 3 times a week. Yep, Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday night. And then you can also subscribe to CBS All Access where you can see it 24/7. You can check in and see whatever conversations are happening or whoever, wherever, you can like watch it live. So I think that's kind of cool. Like if I was to go on the show, people that know me could still, it would feel kind of like they were with me, like Ed could watch me and see what I was up to, but I wouldn't be able to see what he was up to. I wouldn't be able to talk to him or see him or smell him or kiss him and like, and the kids, and it's just like, what the heck? It's just, I don't know, I'm not really, I don't know if I'm in that part of my life. Maybe when I was younger and didn't have as many like commitments, it would have been a better time. It's fun to watch. I'll put it that way. Yeah, I am doing great. Yeah, I'm having a really good time with the kind of change of pace of everything, with having summer break, with having my ebook and my meditation program done, with getting this whole new PC and gaming system, dual PC, kind of tinkering with this stuff all the time and trying to make improvements and like basically leveling up my streams and therefore my production quality. So I'm really feeling really great, and I've been really productive the past couple of days after getting home from a vacation. I love vacationing. I love relaxing. I love partying. I love having fun. I love chilling out, playing cards, and just like spending time with family. But I also really love being productive. So it's kind of nice to work hard and play hard, So yeah, I am genuinely great. Hopefully there's moderators in here and you guys can moderate, because StreamYard I can't moderate through, so I'd have to do it from my phone, and I'm already dealing with 2 devices. I don't think I need to incorporate a third. Hi, Trapper. Hi, Victoria. Hi, guys. Glancing down at my phone. She gets so into it. Well, Danny, you haven't seen me get into Big Brother yet. I get really into Survivor. Big Brother last season, I got into it by the end, but in the beginning, I was kind of like, I don't really like this. And I feel similarly about this season. I think in the beginning, it's like, because I don't know the people, it's like when you first start watching a TV show or something, like they haven't really developed the characters yet, so you don't really know them, you don't really know what the dynamic is, and there's a lot of like introduction and backstory and like, kind of fog to dig through to get to the fun stuff. And the second episode was more of that because they had the editing happening, which was a lot better. You muted him because he spelled vagina wrong? Thank you, Danny. Who's my favorite on the show? So like I said, I've never watched it before this season, before this one. So, I mean, I would say Nicole right now because she's really the only one I know. Nicole from last season, the one that came in third. That and many other reasons, right? National Book Lovers Day? Is it really? Oh, I'm such a book lover. I think I celebrated it a day early because yesterday I did 2 book reviews here on my YouTube and my Periscope channel. One for The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham and one for The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. So investing and psychological books. I do book reviews all the time. I love reading. It's one of my favorite things. I'm totally a book lover. My computer just turned off. This happened during my mastermind call earlier too. I need to get the screen to lock on longer. But anyway, you can also sign up to get so if you don't want to watch the full live stream version of my book reviews, and because I interact with chat a lot, you can get the written version where it's just like a couple paragraphs on each book, and I only email it out 3 times a year and it's free. So I send 1 email every 4 months, and it's all it is a summary and review of all the books I read over that 4-month period. So if you want to see like what it is before you sign up for it, if you just go to nextjuice.com and then you can sign up, and before you sign up, you'll see like view all previous campaigns or something like that. Click that and you can see what emails I've sent out before, so then you can decide if you want to get it or not. I think it's one of the most valuable things that I offer. I read a lot of books, so you don't have to, but if you find it, if I'm talking about a book in there and you're like, oh, that seems interesting, then I have links in there too, so where you can get the books. So anyway, I digress. Last one to sit gets evicted. Yeah, that was actually really funny, and they totally didn't even hear her say it. Like, it must not be that loud in the house or something, because she's like, last one to sit gets evicted. Like, nobody reacted. She's like, okay, that was a joke. Okay, this time really, though. And everyone's just kind of like, well, it was awkward. It was just super awkward. Great question. So let's start with that. Danny Bruno says, how is Big Brother filming during COVID? Thank you for the question. So isolated each person individually for 2 weeks before starting the show, and they tested everybody multiple times for the coronavirus, including Julie Chen, who is the host. So I didn't understand why they then needed to be wearing masks in the studio, and she didn't. So, like, Julie wasn't wearing a mask. They were all wearing masks when they came out. And then as soon as they went into the house, they could take the masks off. There was no live studio audience. And that was also awkward because they didn't have any sounds. They didn't have fake audience sounds. They didn't have music. It was just silence and awkwardness. But regardless, the masks also to me made it really weird. Like, I already think it's weird to see people in masks. I'm not saying it's wrong, okay? I'm just saying it's weird. It's like looks weird because you can't see the person's face. So I'm watching a TV show and like, everybody's wearing masks. I'm like, when I first saw that, I thought, holy shit, are they gonna make them wear masks like the whole summer? Like, is that gonna be the thing? Oh, remember that season where everybody just wore masks the whole time? Luckily, no, when they go into the house, they can take it off because they've all been individually quarantined and tested prior to going into the house. So there's no chance of exposure in the house at all. So that's pretty cool. I don't fully understand like production staff, like if there's anybody going to be in there or not, or if it's all remote. It does seem like they're using like only the cameras that are mounted inside of the house. So they have 94 cameras and 113 microphones. And it has pretty good coverage, but I feel like there's still time where a camera person really kind of seals the deal. So I don't know if they're using that at all, but I get the impression that they're not. And when they came into like technical difficulty, they wanted to show the have-not room for the people who got have-nots, and they couldn't get in. So they were like, it was locked. It was really awkward again because it was live, so they didn't get to edit any of this out. And it was just like they couldn't get into it. And it was Julie was just like, oh, that's awkward. She's like, okay, well, we'll get you in there later tonight. And I'm like, how did they do that? Like they had to communicate via like virtually, like try this, or like we'll like sanitize a key and put it under the door or something. Like it seemed like they forgot to unlock it. I don't know. It was just like there's different rooms that open up throughout the season. So that's like one of the twists of this season is that there's going to be different rooms that open up and unlock that have twists and advantages in the game that open up throughout the season. And I'm like, how? Like they're locked and then they're unlocked, and how's that happening? And are there other people having contact with them? Is everybody the whole production staff, were they all individually isolated? I'm a psych major and I'm studying to become a therapist, and I'm looking at them going, are these people all mentally well because they've spent solitary confinement for 2 weeks before going into this experience? And these experiences, I learned this, which I hadn't realized before. They talked about this in this previous season of Survivor, that when people go on these types of shows, it really kind of rocks their like social skills to a core. They go home and they don't trust anyone, and they're just in this like whole different mental state, and it kind of like shakes their identity. And now they're like somewhat minor celebrities, and people are criticizing them or praising them, and it just becomes like wrapped up in their identity. And it's really kind of fascinating. So to also have the quarantine prior to this, now of course they were isolated, they were quarantined, but they could still have their phones, probably doing like video calls and talking on the phone, texting and reading social media and stuff like that prior to going in. So it's not like solitary confinement in a prison, but it's still, I feel like, would mess with your head, especially a lot of these people are married, they have children. So they had an extra 2 weeks tacked on to the whole casting process, the entire show. And it's just, something that kind of occurred to me. So good question from Danny there. Sanitizer. You like Ian? I like Ian too, Bradley. So I've never seen him before, but he is one of 2 winners in the house. So Ian and Nicole are both, there's 2 Nicoles. So there's Nicole F is the one who has won previously. So there's 16 cast members. 2 of them have previously won. Ian is one of them. And I really like Ian too because he's like a geek, and that kind of like resonates with me. Keisha is kind of a geek as well, but he hasn't really won me over like personality wise just yet. But Ian definitely has. I like Ian a lot just from first impressions, but it also seems like he's a bit competitive. So I don't know how much I will like him as things go on, but we'll see. Anish, what's Next Juice all about? Positivity and connection. 24/7 Taylor, I think we need to talk a Taylorvention. 24/7. I don't have access to that. I do not watch the live feeds 24/7. I don't have access to them at all, so I don't watch them at all. But you can. Love Ian. Yes. Look at the Ian love. Team Ian is showing up. Salutations. Hey there, Fresh. How's it going? Would you do American Idol or Fear Factor? No, I don't sing and I have a weak stomach. Sounds like a lot of wins. Nice to see you. Good to see you too, Trapper. How you doing? Welcome in. Hey Victoria, how you doing? I'm contradicting myself. It's the year of massive action and now you like small. Well, I mean, last year was massive action. This year is actually calm energy. And don't forget, calm energy is super hot. We talked about that on Twitch yesterday. Calm energy is hot. Hey, Kyle, everything is good. How are you? Hey, Skywalker. Hey, Adriana. How are you? Did you get your email today? I did get your email and I did cancel the things you asked me to cancel because I think I emailed you back, but just in case I didn't. But you're still good from like what had gone through already. So you still got this month's email, but you won't get any more after that unless you want to. Then you know how to support. Who is Ian? Ian is, well, why don't we meet the cast together right now? I feel like it's good time for that. So we'll start with Christmas. So I have my little notes here. I'm going to use my little note sheet now because I don't know any of these people except Nicole and David. So I'm just going to go down the list of how CBS has their cast laid out, and then we'll go from there. So let's meet the cast. First up, we have Christmas, who was on once before. Most of these people are on the show for their second time. Some are on for their third, and one is on for their fourth, making her the first person to be on the show for 4 seasons. But that's not her. Christmas, this is her second time. She was also on season 19, and she broke her foot very, very early on in the show. So she had to spend the rest of the show on like a knee walker and couldn't participate in some of the challenges, and really wanted to come back and kind of prove herself this season. And she did do that in the first episode by winning a chance to compete for head of household. So last season, everyone competed for head of household. This season, they had 4 people enter the house at a time and do a 4-person challenge. And the first 2 people to finish that challenge of the 4 got to compete for head of household. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 people out of the 16 actually made it to compete in the head of household competition, and Christmas was one of them. Then we have David, who was on last season. He was the first person to go home from last season, and then he won his way back in through a twist and was still voted out, or had to win a game to come back in. I think he competed to come back in and was not able to. So he, I personally don't feel like he really falls into the category of an all-star. I'm not sure how some of you diehard fans feel about him being part of the show, but I like him a lot, but he doesn't strike me as an all-star, so I'll just leave it at that. Then we have Nicole, who again, I'm not sure if all-star is really the right word for this season, because I mean maybe some of these other people are all-stars, but Nicole and David, I mean, I think they're going to make it pretty far because they're not going to be seen as threats, and I think probably rightfully so. Nicole is more of a threat than David. She made it to 3rd place last season, but I guess when I think of all-stars, you know, a lot of times that's like a sports term. So I think of like challenge beasts and winners. You know, all-stars, what does that just mean? Like popular people online, like people that are people like? I'm not totally sure, but I like Nicole a lot. I loved her last season and I love her this season, and I just love her. So she's pretty awesome. And I like her picture. Okay. Then we have Danny, who is on for her 3rd time, and she holds the record for most vetoes won in a single season. We have Cody, who is from New Jersey. Now, it's weird because I recently moved to New Jersey. How long ago now? year and a half ago. And on Survivor, on Big Brother, I noticed there's a lot of people that play these shows from New Jersey, and I don't know why that is because New Jersey is kind of a small state, and there's a lot of people from New Jersey on these shows. So he is from New Jersey. He's one of, I think, two or three, I think two cast members of the show from New Jersey this season, and it's just funny to me, all the Jersey people. So he also was one of the people who won a chance to compete in the head of household competition, and he won. So he was the first head of household for the first week, and he had to pick who was going to be nominated to be evicted for the first week. I'll catch up on comments after we meet the cast. All right, sound fair? See if I wrote anything else. He had a part of a Hitman alliance, which was a duo alliance when he played previously. So he was viewed as a pretty. I think the term all star potentially suits him a little bit better than someone like David, in my opinion. Starting out now, we'll see how the season unfolds. But also, he played with Nicole before, who is the one of the two previous winners on the season. So him and Nicole on tonight's episode had a pretty cool conversation where she said, "You start an all guys alliance, I'll start an all girls alliance, but we'll be a duo, like a powerful duo, and people won't know that we're connected because we'll have our all gender based alliances." And I thought that was really smart gameplay. It seems like a nice duo right there. We'll see how that works. And Cody made a good point. He said, Nicole can make friends with people that I might not normally be able to make friends with that well. So you can kind of like be good with everybody in the house when you can cover more social space that way. Then we have Kevin, who is he's a lot of energy. He's fun, he's entertaining. It's nice to have people like that in the house. Sometimes I keep hitting that. Sometimes when you first meet somebody like this with a really exuberant, kind of flamboyant energy, it can be a bit off-putting, perhaps. I felt that way when he initially like started. It almost feels like some type of character, like they feel like they need to always be on and be like putting on a show and entertaining everyone. And to me, it feels a bit uncomfortable, but it is funny and it brings a really nice, fun energy to the room, right? Because everybody else is like normal and like, chill. And so his bright up energy really helps to kind of pick things up. And there's a female with similar energy, I think, on here too, which we'll get to in a minute. Did I write anything about him? And he also won a chance to compete in the head of household competition. We have Tyler, who I think he made like a guest appearance in last season because he's familiar to me for some reason. I haven't watched it before, but he was the runner-up in season 20, which means he was in second place, runner-up is third place, and he is on the show for his second time. And that was season 20 he was on. And you can go on CBS, like you're seeing me on here now, and go through and read about appearance for a challenge. So that was pretty cool. And she is on for her second time. Then we have Nicole. This is the one who won. She's the one who I was talking about. She played with Cody. So it seems like a pretty powerful duo there with first head of household and someone who's previously won. She's the one that wants to create the All Girls Alliance, and she won season 18. And I like her. She seems like she's probably pretty good at the game, but she could also be a target because of that. So then you have Memphis. He's got interesting energy. He's super confident. So he was also part of a powerful duo, kind of like the old school Big Brother days. And his was called the Renegades, I believe. Yes, Renegades. And he also won a chance to compete in the head of household competition. So I think him and Cody have a little bit of like a dueling energy. Like my duo is better than your duo. My season was better than your season. I'm better than you. Like this testosterone thing. But it's also breeds kind of mutual respect. Like they understand each other. They play similarly. Like they could potentially be a duo now that they don't have their former duo members. And we did see that start to unfold a little bit and get teased a little bit in episode 2. And this is his second time on the show also. So then we have Enzo, who he calls himself Meow Meow. I don't know why. I'm sure there's some history to this. This guy is like straight out of the Jersey Shore, North Jersey, through and through, just like a total Italian, like bro dude. I just don't know what else to say about him. He's definitely a very entertaining character as well. We have Janelle. So Janelle is a powerhouse. This girl has apparently, she holds the record for the most competition wins ever. And this is her fourth time on the show, the first person to ever be on the show 4 times. And therefore, she's a huge target. And we really saw that unfold tonight, but we'll kind of put that on hold and get into that a little bit later on. We have Kaser. So Kaser and Janelle, the one I just showed you, have played before together previously 2 times. So this is Kaser's third time on the show. And Janelle and Kaser were both in alliances with each other on both of their previous seasons. So not only is she a big target, but he automatically is a big target. One, it's his third time, so he's a little bit more veteran than most of the other people. But also, they're both on there together, and they're known to work together and be together. So people want to kind of shut that down, and that definitely came into play tonight, which we'll talk about after I finish introducing everyone and then catch up on the chat. So we have Devon. Now, this is the one who I feel like has big energy for the females. She's loud, she's rambunctious, she's like gregarious. I like her a lot. She's fun. She's fun to watch. Probably fun to hang out with, and just a lot of fun. She loves Shakespeare, which is funny because I really don't like Shakespeare. I love reading, but I don't like literature like that. But she loves Shakespeare. She teaches Shakespeare. She seems like a really interesting person. And Nicole, the winner, who works with Cody, Devon was the person who cast, like, it was like her vote that got Nicole the win when she won her season. So her and Devon have played together before. Devon apparently changed her life from Nicole's perspective. She got very emotional. She cried. She expressed to Devon that she completely changed her life, and now she was going to do the same for her. So we'll possibly see that alliance go somewhere. But Devon said that she went during her season, Nicole had it out for her, which she didn't realize until after the show was over. And Nicole voted to have her evicted, and she never knew that. And so now she's out for revenge. So she's not really wanting to work with Nicole. But I don't think it would be a bad move for her. It's hard to say where people are going to fall later on in the season. But this is her third time as well. So we have Keisha. She is actually very much the under the radar kind of player. She's super timid, seems super sweet, not a lot of like big personality, not a lot of opinions or confidence. So yeah, she seems like a player that people might want to take to the end potentially, but we'll see about that. We'll see. This is Ian. This is the most popular guy in my broadcast tonight. Everybody says they love Ian. I also love Ian. Really, really smart guy, very competitive guy, and he is the second winner. So he won season 14. So him and Nicole have big targets on their backs just for having won before. There has never been a 2-time winner of Big Brother. So we could potentially see that on this season, but the chances are a little bit low considering it's only 2 out of 16 that could hold that title. And that's it. So let me catch up on your comments. Oh, yeah, I love Shakespeare. Exactly. I am Ian. Blondie looks cute. Christmas. Her name is Christmas. Yeah, you have Christmas in Memphis. Someone named their kid after a holiday. Her name is Christmas. What the fuck? What makes someone an all-star? Yeah, I mean, I guess that's up to the casting crew. Thanks, Kyle. I'm glad you're doing okay. Let me know if you ever want to talk. I'm gonna name my kid Arbor Day. Big Brother was on tonight, yes. He names her daughter Christmas. Next kid I'm calling Christmas Tree. Is that you with glasses on? Where? This? I have glasses. Did you see me with glasses on somewhere? Are you talking about Nicole? Oh my god. Nicole has way cooler glasses than me. Definitely not an all-star. Okay, Mike. Yeah, so Mike agrees. I don't know if you were talking about David, Probably David. I'm assuming you're talking about David on that one. Maybe Redemption would be better. Hey Pablo, how are you? Of course you love Nicole, it's you. I mean, I like Nicole a lot. I don't know if it's me, but I do like her a lot. I like the geeks. Surprised they brought back Janelle. Yeah, she's definitely a big target. She's awesome though. I love her. She's like Natalie for me from Survivor. Cody is related to Pauly D from season 18. Oh no, wait, not Pauly D. Okay, because Cody is from Jersey. From Pauly from season 18. I don't remember Pauly. Yeah, because I only ever watched season 21. Jersey loves their drama, apparently. Maybe they bought houses from Ed. Actually, one girl who was on Big Brother before, Ed does know from living around him or something like that. You like Nicole F? Yeah, I like her too. Yeah, Cody. Yeah, Cody. Code's name is Cody as well. Enzo the Meow Meow. Yes. Enzo looks tough as fuck. His style is so weird. He like walks around the house with like his hood up. Like it's like a hoodie, like a zip up hoodie with like no shirt underneath, and he just walks around like I'm the meow meow. Like, oh, it's fun though. He was part of the brigade in season 12. Okay, I know Bradley always has the info on this stuff. I love it. Enzo annoys the crap out of me already. He's actually pretty entertaining. Yeah, I that was my first impression. A lot of these people, I'm like, well, this person is a lot. But then you realize, like, if you just had a bunch of normal, socially acceptable people, it would be so boring. Nobody would watch it, you know? Janelle, the original comp beast. Yeah, apparently she still holds the title for most competition challenges won. I'm totally judging. Devon, the gift queen. Oh, she's got a. Oh, is she in a bunch of gifts? I wonder if I've seen them. Probably. Keisha's birthday is legendary. Oh yeah. She said a lot of people remember that from her birthday, and she like screamed at everybody. Yeah, I remember seeing a clip of that. Ian. I owe you 2 emus and a camel. Okay, coming right up. Just send me your address. I'll send it right out. Overnight shipping. I feel like it's the Final Destination movie. Who do we feel like is going to die first? Well, we have some information on that, so let's get into that. We met Nicole, Therese. Oh, wait. There's a joke within the Big Brother community that instead of calling Christmas her actual name, we call her different holidays. I like that. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you for the info. I like that. All right, so we met all 16 of the cast members. I talked about the awkwardness of the live aspect of the premiere. They do win $500,000 if they win the show, so important to mention that. The challenge they had to compete for head of household. So the first competition to see if you could compete for head of household was a ball maze. So it's a table. First they had to look at a picture that said, find what room in the house this picture is in. So it was like stuffed animals or pillows or like little statues, and they had to go run around the house and look for the item and then run back and do the ball maze and land the ball in the room that it's in. So I talked about who made it to compete, but I'll just shout them all out again right now. You had Christmas, Ian, Kevin, Nicole. Actually, I didn't mention that when I talked to her. Nicole from last season, she got to compete. Cody and Memphis. They all got to compete, and Cody ultimately won head of household. The challenge to win head of household, you had to like walk on this maze of stars. It was called Walking on the Stars or something because the All Stars theme. And some of the things you stood on were really wobbly and you couldn't stand on them. So they had to get across it, and like anytime you fell off, you would have to start back over. So if you didn't remember which ones were wobbly and you hit them again, you have to like keep restarting. And whoever did it the fastest won. Cody did that crap in 22 seconds, which I don't even understand because it took everybody else way longer than that. So he beasted it. He got really lucky with like the path that he chose, I think, and he just kind of like went for it really fast. Memphis got wrecked on it. Memphis went first, and he just kept like smashing into everything, and that was really entertaining to watch. Like that was probably my favorite part of the whole thing. I mean, I hope he didn't get hurt, but it was just really funny. Like, I don't know. I don't usually laugh when people get wrecked, but just the way he did it, because he's like a tough guy. He's so confident. He's just like getting wrecked. It was fun. It was fun. Um, okay. I talked about so many people married their castmates. Okay, so let's talk about what happened on tonight's episode. We will turn the page for my next page of notes from Big Brother. So originally, Cody wanted to put Kaser and Janelle up for eviction. These are two that have worked together on two previous seasons, and Janelle again has won the most competitions of anyone in Big Brother history. So there was a revelation tonight of a twist in the game called the Safety Suite. And the Safety Suite opens up at various times throughout the season for the next 3 weeks. Now, we don't know when it's going to open up or for how long it opens up, but tonight it opened up for 1 hour. And there was a big announcement and then a countdown timer, and everyone kind of watched it and was like, okay, are we going to do this or not? So, before we talk about that, let's say, what is the Safety Suite? The Safety Suite is a room that's set up with a competition, individual competition. And if you win this competition, you win safety. So you can't be put up for eviction. You can't be evicted. I don't think you can be put up for eviction originally or on veto night. So I think, I'm pretty sure it's like immunity. So if you go in there and compete and win, you get safety. If you go and compete, whether you win or lose, if you choose to go into the Safety Suite and compete, you lose your VIP badge. They all got these VIP badges. They look like backstage passes. And you had to basically cash in your backstage pass, one time use only, to be able to compete. So you can hold on to it for the next 3 weeks and potentially use it strategically. Or if you feel like you're in danger week one, you could use it tonight for that hour that it was open. So everyone's kind of like, oh, I don't know, should I do it? Should I not do it? They're trying to talk to Cody, figure out where they're at. Cody's not really a poker player. He basically lets Janelle and Kaser know they're on the block. He doesn't tell them directly, which keeps them from having respect for him, which is not great. But he kind of like, he doesn't give them false reassurances either. So 5 seconds left to go on the countdown timer. Kaser and Janelle both scan in their VIP badges and decide to compete in the challenge. Now, what's interesting is these two have been in alliances 2 seasons before. They were the two that were going to go up on the block, so they played together, and no one else volunteered to compete. So there's an extra twist to the Safety Suite, which is that you get a +1. So not only do you get safety, but you get to pick one other person who is also safe from the vote that week. However, the person you pick as your +1 has a punishment, a Big Brother All-Stars punishment for the week, and you don't know what it's going to be. So you're kind of picking somebody to keep them safe, but they also have a punishment, so it's somewhat of a trade-off. But I'm sitting there going, oh, they're going to save each other, so it doesn't matter. Whichever one of them wins, their +1 is going to be the other one. So that is end up what played out. The competition was a DJ competition. You had to listen to this crazy like techno remix of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and then recreate it using a series of buttons. So Kaser did it like in half the time it took Janelle to do it, which was pretty cool. And he picked her as his +1. So they're both safe from the vote. They're not going to be nominated, going forward. Now this messes with Cody because he was going to put them up. So he now has to pick 2 new people to put up and nominate for eviction. And in a way, he's now revealed to a few people that was his plan, to put up Kaser and Janelle. So if they find that out, now there's like, he has those enemies. Now he has to put 2 other people up for eviction. So that's potentially 4 enemies. Not a great way you want your head of household week to go, especially week 1, but that's how it went. So they both are safe, and he decided. Oh, and her punishment for the week is she has to wear this actually really cute star outfit. So she looks like a big light up, like it like lights up and flashes star. And she comes out and she models it. She loves it. She's like, I look good in yellow and everything. It was a lot of fun. So that's not too bad of a punishment considering that you get that one more week closer to the $500,000 winnings. So instead, he nominated Keisha and Kevin. Now, before nominating Kevin, I don't know if Kevin knew he was going up or what was going on, but he had an emotional reaction. He was crying to Cody and saying things like, I don't know how to relate with people that aren't like me. I'm not cool. I've never been cool. You're just so perfect and you're so nice and kind. And I think it was a little bit phony, if I'm honest. I don't know about the crying, but like he was really trying to speak to Cody's ego and like saying like you're so nice and kind, which maybe he is, but I don't think that's really like his personality. Like you wouldn't necessarily be like, you know, it's one thing to say, oh, you're so perfect because he's like this comp beast, and you know he like has like his GTL going on, and you know you could say like something genuine, but if you say something that is a bit like you're trying to butter this person up, it's a bit obvious. Even if you're crying, maybe you are having real, true, genuine emotions. I don't know. Maybe you're just crying because you're worried that you're gonna go home the first week and be the first one out. And I don't know. I don't know. But I thought that was really interesting. Anyway, so he put them up anyway. He put up Keisha. He put up Kevin. So we're gonna see who goes home on Wednesday. Making sure I didn't forget anything. Oh, I did write that I didn't think Kaser's social game is very strong. He's very smart, very intelligent. I think he's a biotech engineer, and the way he talks to people, he's very calculated, and I think that makes him a target, right? People don't really connect with him socially very well, and they feel intimidated by him. This is his third time. He's a little bit older. He's very smart. People feel like they want him out. They don't want to be competing against him towards the end. So I think that'll kind of go against him. And Janelle is already a big target for just being a comp beast. So that is Big Brother All Stars Season 22, Episode 1 and 2, my recap and review for you guys. And now I'm going to just check to see what other comments we got before I wrap up the stream. So let me know if you have anything else you want to say before we go. Hi, Willie. How are you? Good to see you. Hey, Kevin. Thank you so much. So good to see you. I hope you're well. Thanks for coming in. I gave my dowry to the emu guy. Ed's gonna be pissed. It's the dowry so that he can marry Ed, right? Isn't that what a dowry is? I pay for them to take my daughter off my hands for me or something like that. Oh no, you pay the daughter's parents. You buy her. What is a dowry? The opposite one has another name. It's similar though. Hey, Pulse, you're on YouTube? What's up? Hey, Puerto Rico, what's up? ¿Qué pasa? Do they say that in Puerto Rico? I don't know. I'm not sure. Good to see you too, Nelson. Hi, how you doing? I don't know what that means. I've never seen that crash incident, but sorry, I laughed too. I've been really good, Nelson. How are you doing? It's good to see you. Best strategy, stay in bed and sleep for the first month, then start playing. Ian knows this. Yeah, but he said he was going to do that, but then he was competing kind of hard, I felt like. So, I don't know. Nobody can be evicted right now. Trump said so. How's that going to work in Big Brother? Oh, that's good. That's very good. It is 1:18 in the morning. Oblong. Did anyone else think that Christmas was going to break her foot again on the star platforms? Yes, or her knee or something. I absolutely, yes, thank you for saying that, Bradley. I was like, dude, this girl got injured right in the beginning of her last season. Now she's here about to get wrecked. You saw Memphis. I was like, oh, someone's going to get hurt. But I don't know. For some reason, he was get a lot more hurt than anybody else seemed to get. Can I open my other shoulder? I mean, both shoulders are open. I don't know what you mean. This looks fun. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. You're not cool? Me either. GTL, baby. Gym tan laundry. You got it. You got it. Wednesday is veto. Thursday is eviction. Oh, okay. So maybe I'll just do the recap. Maybe I'll do like 2 episode recaps or something. There's only 3 per week, so I might just do one, like every Thursday night. Maybe I'll recap all 3 episodes, or either Thursday night or Friday, like within the 24 hours after the show. This is better than watching the show. Yay! It's not better than watching the show. It's better if you watch the show and then come here and chat with me about it, because yeah, this doesn't replace watching the show. If you don't watch the show, you're like, what are you even talking about right now? But thank you. I don't even need to watch the show. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. There's a girl named Christmas. Yes, her name is Christmas. And apparently, there's what you're supposed to do is just call her random holidays like Easter and Thanksgiving and Halloween. Okay, So we are all caught up on the chats. I hope that you enjoyed this recap and this time to connect and be positive and kind of think about something different than some of the stress that's going on in the world. Now, if you are feeling like you just need to calm the heck down, I did launch and I designed and launched a meditation course during this time to help people to start a daily meditation practice to become aware of your body, your breath, your mind, your mental state, your mental health. I also study psychologist. I'm planning to become a therapist. My bachelor's degree program starts in less than 3 weeks. So your support of this channel helps me to pay my way through school and to become a therapist and help people with connection and listening and trying some therapeutic modalities to help people that are struggling, especially after something like a pandemic. So if you do feel like you need to calm down, you can go to the link in my profile on Periscope. I don't think it's in there on YouTube, so I'll just type it in the chat. I don't know if that's a clickable link for you, but that is the link there. You can also just find it on my website, nextjuice.com. Go to the shop and you'll find the 8-week meditation program right there. It gets you lifetime access to all 17 videos, and it also gives you access to my private Facebook group where you can share your experiences with the different meditations as you go through the program and help to connect with a support system and a group of people that are going through a similar change in habits. So bye, Bradley. It was good to see you and chat with you about this. I always love talking to you about this. It was good to see you too, Brent. I am still going to go live after this. I'm going to go live over on Twitch. I'm going to play some Fortnite. It is kind of late already, so probably not a ton, but I did play for 3 hours earlier. So you can check out my replay if you want. If you want to come hang out and play games with me over on Twitch, it's the same username, NextJuice, NEXJuice, JUICE. This stream was brought to you by YouTube and Periscope. I worded that wrongly, but I don't know what I'm saying. But my username is the same everywhere, NextJuice, on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter, on Periscope. So you can follow me everywhere. Everything, again, is on the website if you go to the contact page. And please do subscribe or follow wherever you're at so that you don't miss any content. I do a lot of different stuff. Let me know what you like and what you don't like. I do have a viewer satisfaction survey right on the homepage of my website, so you can tell me what you want to see more of or less of, and just kind of keep in touch. I love you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. If I don't see you on Twitch, remember, you are worthy of being loved and feeling comfortable in your own skin. Do what you want. Life is too short. Okay? Whoever needs to hear that, do what you want. Stop worrying about what everyone else wants from you. Do what you want. Hope to see you on the next juice. This has been A Moment in Time with Taylor. Good night, Pulse. I know, that's 2 private groups I have now. Okay, Berto, I'll see you over on Twitch. Good night, Brent. Good night, everybody. Oh, yes, my piano. Yes, I didn't play it at all today. Okay, one song. It's a little bit late. I might bother the neighbors, but let's see what we got over here. Is this on top of Old Smoky? Let's just go with that. Oh no. Why is everything black? Could you guys hear it? What the heck happened? What happened? What happened? Did you guys see or hear that? You did not miss it all. What happened? Everything was black when I came over. That was weird. Sorry, guys. But yeah, I dabble a little bit with that. Just a bit. Just for fun. I'm just doing whatever I want. I hope you do the same. Hope to see you over on Twitch. You could see and hear. Okay, that was weird. I don't know why the screen looked black to me. Okay. Well, I love you guys. Good night. Mwah. Call someone you love. Tell them you love them. I have a lot of advice. Just do whatever you want. Do what you want. I love you, and I'll see you on Twitch or tomorrow. I go live on Periscope every single day. Twitch, I go live on every day that I'm home. If I'm traveling, then it's just Periscope. And I go live here on YouTube sometimes too, because I have playlists. Oh, I have to make a new Big Brother playlist now. I have to make a new GoFundMe too for my. I had to pay $2,700, I think, out of pocket for this upcoming semester. They might get pissed if I call them now. I mean, it's only like 10:30 at night for you, I thought. Good night, David. I'm not going to bed, but good night to you. And for those of you who aren't going to bed, I'll see you over on Twitch, I hope. Good night. Wrong button. Okay. Bye.